Okay, so I realised the other day it's actually been a really long time since I've done a video, so I thought it was probably time to, you know, get back into it. Yeah, I think it's been about a year since I've spoken to you guys. Like, man, a lot has happened, and also not a lot. Last year was a bit of a wash for me. I had some health stuff going on, and then some mental health stuff as well, just alongside it. So it was just a year of stress and upset and so much anxiety, so everything just kind of fell for the wayside. This year I was planning on making like a big go of it, and yeah, you know what's happening now. Yeah, that's this year is kind of a wash too. Great. So I thought it might be kind of cool to do a bit of a draw with me today. There's not really any plan for it. I'm just gonna maybe finish off a sketch that I done yesterday, and then maybe pick some other things on Pinterest or practice some mark making. But you're welcome to join me. To start with, I'm just going in and laying in just some base colours, just a nice black sort of grungy t-shirt I think to start with. I'm using my cheap alcohol markers. I only have a few lovely, slightly more expensive ones. I use a mix of the cheap ones that I got off of Amazon for like £30 I think, for a pack of like 60, and then some Shinhan Touch markers, and then I think I might have used a Copic for this. I'm definitely using the Copic multi-liner. Love it. It's like my new favourite liner. It's like a wine coloured, which is really nice, so it's not super dark and doesn't make a huge impact on your drawings, but it also doesn't bleed when you use alcohol markers over the top, which is so nice. So many like liners just bleed everywhere and just destroy your artwork. So this is really great. I bought it in the new Copic doodle packs that have come out. They come with 2 Chow alcohol markers, the multi-liner, and a glitter pen, which is neither glittery nor very pen-like. It doesn't come out with much colour or ink, and there is like 0 glitter on it. I was really disappointed by that pen. The other ones obviously were fantastic. I've only had a few Copics Chows before. There's not been many. I've only got like 3 other than ones I've got in the pack. They ran out really quickly, I think just because I was obsessed with them when I first got them, and they're so expensive usually that I've just not bothered to replace them. But as I've been going through my cheaper ones, which have dried up really quickly, I've very slowly replaced the colours that I've been using the most. I'm also, in this one, I'm also using some cheap, super cheap alcohol markers that I got from Tiger, or Flying Tiger I think some places call it, which is just one of those weird knick-knacky shops that seem to have a bit of everything. They've got like a nice little super cheap art supplies bit, and they had some really cheap alcohol markers, and they're not too bad, to be honest. They come in like a pack of 3 for a couple pounds, so it's not too bad. So as my cheaper ones have been like running out, I've been replacing them with the Shinhan Art Touch brush markers. They're slightly cheaper than Copics. I really like them. I think I still prefer the Chows to the Shinhans, but I think they are like on a par with them almost. The only bit is that you can't get all of the colours for like refills for the pens. So it's a little bit annoying, but the colours are really nice and they blend really well. I haven't used them with any proper like blending paper or anything, just because I don't have it, but they work really nicely in my sketchbook and on some like watercolour paper as well. I've been using. Alcohol markers are definitely sort of very fastly becoming my favourite art supply. I think it's just because I'm just really impatient. So like I love watercolours and I love the colours and effects that you can get from them, but sometimes they take a while to dry, especially if you're using like loads of water. So I don't know, I think the Copic's just slightly edge out on that one. My sketchbook is like really filling up with just loads of Copic markers and Shinhan sort of coloured pieces. I think I need to start experimenting with other art materials because I am just doing way too much with alcohol markers. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we all have our little comfort zones. Me especially, but then it's been a while since I've sat down and done any sort of real sketchbook work. So I think it's fine for now that I'm just going to my little go-to comfort zone. I mean, I did sit down and do a watercolour fish the other day. It turned out alright. I mean, it wasn't using watercolours, it was using like water-based pens, and then I was just using water over the top just to smear some of the ink out. And it looks alright, but I could definitely do with the practice of it. I've got this really nice gouache bird that I've done in my sketchbook, and this was done like ages ago, but it's really nice and I want to get back to doing that stuff. Like, I keep looking at it and going, right, I need to get that good again. I know I can, because I mean I'm the one that drew it in the first place, but I just need the practice, man. It's trying to build that habit of doing sketchbook every day. I've never really been one for working in a sketchbook. I've always just jumped straight into a final project, and I can see now what I've missed out on. I think that's where a lot of my stress and anxiety has come from, is not building the back end of it and just jumping straight in and boom, final piece. But it's never as good as what I think it will be or what I know I can do. So I think trying to get into the habit of just brain dumping everything down into a sketchbook, practicing techniques and just new styles, and I'm just really hoping that doing all of this sketchbook stuff really helps me and my anxieties and my stress as well. I honestly think the habit of not doing a sketchbook or any sketchbook work has come from like school and college. I never really done any when I was at school or college. It was, you had to hand in your sketchbook on like the assignment day, and mine was done like the day before. Like, I don't know, I had more important things to do when I was young, like, I don't know, sit on MSN Messenger all day, and I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's just, I think if I had built the habit from when I was that young, I'd still be doing it now. But like now, I'm turning 30 this year, and this habit is not being a habit at all, and I need to make it this daily thing now. I say need, but I really want to. Like, I'm such a procrastinator, and I push everything back, and I never seem to find time to do things, and I want to find time to do this. This is something that when I'm doing it and I'm into the routine of doing it, I really enjoy it. It's like a time that I can just kind of switch off my brain and just worry about getting the proportions right. Does this look right? What about this colour? And all of that. And I just want to get so much better at it. And I don't know, I just need to push myself a little bit more. A few months ago I closed up my online shop and I switched some hours around at my day job, and that's really given me the space to feel like I have more time for myself, and it's taken so much like stress off of me that I am starting to find a lot more enjoyment in the things that I'm doing. I don't feel like I'm rushing through them. I feel like I have the headspace to cope with a lot more now. I keep mentioning stress, but it's never anything major. It's just like the bundle of everyday things. The fact that I turned 30 this year and I feel like I haven't achieved anything as well is just like another thing that there's just pressure, and I've been really struggling with it recently, along with my like health issues from last year, and it really bogged me down, and so I had to do something drastic, and I had to make room for myself so that's why I closed up the shop. I think I'm gonna try and aim towards doing things like Redbubble, because I just have to like upload it and then it's out into the ether, and then that's it, that's all I do. And then I can still concentrate on doing the fun part for me, which is the drawing, the actual drawing of it. So that's my aim for the next few months. If I find that my switch in hours at my day job means that I have more time to run an actual shop and do my own like stickers and prints and stuff again, then I'll reopen it. But there's no rush for me to do that, because who am I racing against? It's just myself. There's a lot of expectation when running a shop. You kind of open it and just hope and assume you'll get sales, but obviously there's a lot more hard work that goes into it. And I just wasn't ready to open the shop, but I done it anyway, and I built it up so it was successful, but I still just wasn't happy with what I was doing. And so every time I had a sale and I had to make the same sticker over and over again, or pack orders, none of it just felt right. And so as I done it, like I felt this massive weight just lifted off my shoulders, and it was been brilliant, and it's meant that I could get back into drawing and get back into doing sketchbook stuff and doing the things that I really enjoyed doing, and it's made me really appreciate it. I mean, I will open the shop again at some point, but for now I'm just enjoying the freeing moments of getting back to doodling again. Okay, and that is pretty much done for today. I like the pose, it could be better, but the sketch is finished, so that's the main thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video, and I will catch you in the next one.
Wow, that is long.